Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Quinn. Quick editor's note on this episode. We realized that Welly used the wrong mic for this episode, so that quality isn't going to be the same as it usually is. And my camera dies about halfway through this episode, so there's a moment where we are trying to figure that out. Doesn't always happen, but technical difficulties are a part of this. So anyway, enjoy, and we'll see you next week.
To create a space to help you make your way through the world.
When you gotta stop living up here, start living down here.
The way to do that is
safe space
for
depravity.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, and non-binary folk. This is a safe space for depravity podcast. I am Wellington Boyce.
And I'm Quinn Lemieux.
What is going on, my guy?
Drinking water and minding my business. That's
actually good. That's actually good that you're drinking water. I'm happy to see that you are replenishing your body and staying hydrated out here.
Giving the body what it needs. I mean, that's what I'm all about these days.
Is that all you're about these days?
No, that's definitely not what I'm about. But parts of drinking water, I am most definitely about. I want to immediately start this off with just one of my favorite news stories that I'm getting told from my mom and her friends, and it's just the online dating game, which is just funny to me, just old people dating, because it's like, as a young man, I know what Tinder and Bumble and Hinge look like, but before all that, you remember that old dude that used to pop up on eHarmony commercials? It looked like the dude on the Newman's Own dressing bottle just coming into frame.
Yeah. And then just playing the "This will be an everlasting love."
Yes, yeah. You're just like, we have a 64-point personality test that matches people with the people, and you're just like, what the fuck is he talking about?
No, straight up as a kid, I was just like, maybe I should get on eHarmony. Not thinking in the idea like, this is for adults. This is not for children to link up with other children.
Dude,
that's MySpace. That's what MySpace was for.
My God.
But also, MySpace was also for kids linking up with adults.
Eight-year-old dating sites for other 8-year-olds.
I mean, that's Neopets. That's MySpace. That was, I'm sure.
Cootiecollector.com.
What was that?
The 8-year-old dating site name.
Oh God, ew! I don't even like.
Do you think girls have cooties? Yes or no, and then match you with a girl who doesn't have cooties, like cootie free certified.
I'm sure there's a dating app that does that, but with the legitimate STDs that are now in the world. Oh, actually, no, it is because
I have heard this
on Grindr or Pump. I don't know. Maybe I'm just naming gay clubs, but gay friends of mine have told me like there's certain gay apps where they have pause or whatever, like if they're positive for HIV and stuff like that, like I don't want to say a forewarning, but like hey, here's stuff about me.
Hey, just letting you know.
Which I think is really dope, but at the same time, I don't know how well that goes.
I can't imagine, the amount of vulnerability it takes. But like, it's kind of a strange mindset to just be like, listen, I'm HIV positive, but I'm ready to get back out there. Like, well, maybe. Wait, well, hold on. I don't want to.
You're throwing a lot at me.
Yeah, how did it end? Oh, well, you can. Oh, okay. Well,
how does this work?
I am so sorry. Let me just start off by saying I am so sorry for you. It's like, no, it's fine. It's really changed my life for the better. It's like, well, I don't think so.
Could be a little bit better.
Yeah, I mean, are you positive? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry.
God. Oh, cancel us at this point.
Yeah. Anyway, old people dating. So it's just it's funny because like I just after talking to my mom about some of the things that like she's seen on like eHarmony in the early 2000s, like all the way up through now, it's like it's just so funny to me that just men don't change. I don't care how old they are, it's all the same. It's all of the same nonsense of like I'm an avid fisherman, and ladies, you better like this or that or whatever. It's just like, it's just so funny that the script, without talking to anybody, the script is just remain the same. Somewhere in a man's DNA, there's like 4 little genes that are just like, and this is how you make a dating profile. And it's just fucking fish pictures, what you do, and telling what you love to other people who also don't give a shit.
No, not telling what you love, but telling women what you love about certain women, and if that they don't have that, don't message them.
Yeah,
like,
I think,
man, you have the audacity to get on a dating profile. I don't want to say desperate, but you're out here actively seeking for a companion, and you have the audacity to be like, hey, yeah, you gotta have big boobs, big butts, and a nice vagina. Yeah. Like, sir, you don't make the shots. You're not calling the shots.
Nah, the build-a-bitch syndrome.
Yeah, like, what the fuck, man? Like,
yeah, like, it's
I can only imagine it's old, like, with older people, it's 10 times worse.
Well, you know what the difference is that, like, they've made it this far, and they're like, well, I'm not wrong. You know what I mean? It's like, if you're like 20, it's like, oh yeah, like I could see the error in my ways. But like, if you made it to 55, it's like that dog is just gonna bite you. There's no, you can't get it back. It's just, yeah, it's like, hey,
it's
like
the nature of the beast.
Yeah, I've had Caesar Milan over here, and the dog just wants blood. I can't stop it from doing that. So if you want to say hi, just know that it's not as fun as you think it is, and this is not a new project for you. You'll just get bitten, which is just old people dating in a nutshell right there, of just like, yeah, hey, I am the way that I am, and if you don't like the way that I am, I don't have anything else to do.
I can't add to this.
And you know what comes next for my personal development? I die. So that's about where I'm at in my life, where I have like 20 years left, but they're all going to be spent yelling at people who don't believe things that I do anymore. So
I have 20 years left, so you can either bite the bullet and be with me or move on.
What, are you going to be lonely? Like, are you threatening me, sir?
Are you threatening through Match.com?
Yeah, you seem cool, but what are you going to do? Yeah, like, what are you going to do? It's like, wait, hold on. This isn't how this works.
Are you coercing me via profile? Via profile bio?
Like, just scanning laws to figure out exactly what he just violated, because, like, you can't just say that to people.
You could be with me or
no one else.
Die alone.
Yeah. You're like, oh, okay, you are enticing. This is working.
You drive a hard bargain, sir. Let me go and say hello.
Yeah, goes back to our friends. I don't know. He's kind of got this dark, mysterious side to him. But part of the reason I bring that up too is I was talking to a couple friends of mine, and we were at a wine bar, and we were just talking about, like, yeah, this place is like relatively new. Like, does anyone, how did it get started? Like, what was the whole thing? And this friend of mine was like, oh, hey, it's it's actually a really good story. This guy was like 65 and just retired. And he was like, I don't have anything to do with my time. I'm going to open up a wine bar. I don't know anything about wine, but I'm just going to learn and, figure out how to do this. And I was like, man, that's really cool. Like, that's a cool older guy thing to do, of just like, hey, you know what? I'm just going to dive into something I don't know anything about and try and provide something. Yeah, and try and provide something for the community. And then she kept talking, and the way that the description ended was like, yeah, he kind of just thought like women would show up, and that eventually like he could hit on it. And I was like, oh, okay, this is a dude for sure. And he was like, the problem is that he told his friends that he was doing all this, and for the first couple months, it was just 10 guys hanging out at different tables, just waiting for people to walk in. And
no, because here's the idea. I'm gonna create a wine bar and be like, oh, I just want to try something new, and then thinking in the back of my mind, I'm gonna get the ladies.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I open up the wine bar, make it public for everybody, and you know what? 20 other dudes are gonna have the same idea, like women love wine, so we need to go to the wine bar to pick up girls.
Yeah,
and then it's just sausage fest.
Yeah, and then there's just it looks like somebody let the nursing home out early, and they're all just waiting for the band to come back. Yeah, exactly. It's like, do you want
their fingers?
Do you want another Cabernet? Who are you? I don't know what that means. Do you can you read any of these words on this menu? Because I don't know what I'm here for. I was told that there would be girls and there are none.
When are the chicks coming?
Like they got one of those old timey like straw hat things, and just in a vest. One guy comes in his old GI outfit, thinking it's like some type of dance party.
Like it's a swingers fucking thing. Yeah. Just
did anyone
the Rat Pack? Are they gonna play the Rat Pack? Like,
did anyone book the band in here? I don't see a double bass anywhere.
Double bass.
It's like I don't see one trombone in here. It's like, sir, it is 2021. What? I think we've missed the boat on this one for you.
If you want to hear a song, you can go over to that little mechanical jukebox, or you can request it at the bar on Spotify.
Do you have your phone? You actually need an app to request a song in here. I'm fucking over it, and just
I'm leaving this fucking place.
My life is torture. It's just gone. Never see Ephraim again.
Ephraim? Holy shit. Niggas out here named Ephraim in 2001.
Just hops into a moderately priced sedan and just off into the distance.
Sounds like a nigga carries a colostomy bag around with him.
I'm going in next week to get it reattached, but for right now, you have to bear with me.
Just hold it up. He just holds it up in the middle of dinner. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm having a bowel movement.
Oh, would you look at that thing go? Oh my goodness.
You just hold it up. Oh, that's a good one.
I was hungry. Anyway, how's it going, everybody?
Ephraim, put that shit away, literally.
Oh my god. Yeah, that's exactly how old people in wine, like old guys and like thought processes for wine bars go. It's just like, yeah, eventually somebody's gonna walk in here, and it's just you and all your other old friends that are trying to fill a bar and pretend it's Cheers, but nobody's having fun.
Yeah, this is not the place where everybody wants to go. But the thing is that you bring up the wine bar. Like, I went to my first wine bar one time out in Pasadena, and I didn't know what that shit was about. Like, yeah, I was drinking wine. I've been drinking wine for whatever, and I'm just thinking I'm fucking Mr. Old Connoisseur, wine connoisseur. And I get invited by this girl. She's like, hey, come to Pasadena, which was a fucking trip away from LA to Pasadena. And so I was like, that Uber's going to be pricey, but I bit the bullet one night. And so I went out there. It was kind of cool. It was called like Bodega or some shit. It was kind of dope. Yeah. It's called Bodega.
Yeah. So we walked into the corner store, and there were just 4 wine bottles just strewn about on the floor. And then, we each picked one up, and the first one to finish it got the keys to leave.
But it was kind of dope because, like, I had never really been in an environment where I'm just like, oh, yeah, where I'm not like, hey, can I get Jameson on the rocks, whatever, blah, 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 or can I get a Michelob Ultra? It's just like, oh, yeah, let me try the California Cab. That sounds good. Like, I was 22, so, like, I had to get that, like, edge. I think this girl was, like, 20-something. Like, she was late 20s at the time, so I was like, I don't know why I'm here. This is some old people shit. I should be at a party right now. But I felt like If I show her that I'm mature, then she'll think I'm mature. And if I drink cab, then I got the meal ticket. Like, so I guess it, in the sense of old men in wine bars, shit doesn't change. It starts out young. It starts out young. So
we say all this to say that again, the DNA is just the exact same, and it makes me just think of like historical guys as like you ever heard that thing where there was like a drawing on like an old like ruin, and they were like, oh my god, like it's an ancient language, like what does it say? And like they translated it, and they were like, and that motherfucker said Krog was here or some bullshit. They were like, god damn it, dude. You're like, yo, nobody has had an original idea in 8,000 years.
it's like it's like this like cryptic language, and then it just like, oh, it's not even a language at all. It's just a dick and balls. This was a urinal back then. This was a bathroom stall, pretty much.
Eric spent 8 months on this project, and it turns out to just be a cock. What do we? What
they thought dicks look like.
He was halfway.
This is their interpretation of it.
He was halfway done with his PhD, and now he's got to throw it all away because it was just a pair of balls on written on an old school chalkboard.
My thesis is shit now. What the fuck am I supposed to do with my life?
School pulls the funding. It's like, all right, well, I'm out of here. It was fun.
Did you think this was a joke, Eric?
Dude, and everybody out as he's on his way out is just like, yeah, that's the dude that tried to decipher a cock.
Nigga saw a cave drawing and was just like, oh, this is gonna be words. What an idiot. What a fucking fool.
Oh my god. All right, I don't have a segue for this one, but I just want to say congratulations to everybody listening. It's stimmy time, everybody. Third stimmy time.
Third? Oh yeah, it is. Cause man, the fact is, like, this is the third, and 3-4 months ago we got one, and it was $600. I forgot. I completely forgot, because you know what? $600 did nothing. Nothing for anybody except for possibly pay half rent or mortgages.
Just being 8 years old, you found a 20 and you're like, okay, what house do I buy? Because I think I just got to come up and I'm going to be the big dick in this neighborhood. So everybody move out of my way. I'm
pretty sure the $600, like, I didn't touch it for probably like a few weeks, and I bought this mic with it. Yeah. It's not an expensive mic, so I bought some of it with this mic.
It's just, it's one of those funny things where you're just like, no, I'm going to turn this money into more money. And then you start a podcast and it's like, well, I have a whole bunch of
long-term investment, maybe.
I have a really specific form of home movies
that may not prosper or may not monetize at all, but they're there for the good times.
But I'm on my grind.
You can't tell me I don't want this shit. You can't tell me I don't want this shit bad, because I'm out here. And what are you doing? Paying bills? No, I'm flipping my shit. Even though my shit is not flipping currently. But I'm out here with the mindset and the vision.
Bro, every time a new podcast gets started, Joe Rogan just gets a tingle down his spine and makes another $1,500. But I'm trying to think, like, let's talk like height of the pandemic when the first stimmy hit, that little $1,200 piece of action. You want to talk about? There's got to be somebody out there that had just been waiting, like just waiting for whatever it was.
Me. It was me. I'm person.
Spider-Man meme. But no, I'm just talking like there, that one, probably somebody started a wine bar with theirs. That, like, my point is that there was just money that got thrown out there and they're like, yeah, this is finally my opportunity. And between the last stimmy and this stimmy, they're just floating. just hoping that coronavirus will finance some dream of theirs, but for some reason the jet ski won't start. You know what I mean? Like the 4-wheeler that I was, that he was gonna get is like, I was gonna pull manure for money, and you're like, I don't think you thought this through, and the government is like, dude, food is what we sent that for.
It's funny that you say that because I literally, the nap that I took today, I had a dream where I got 3 flat tires. And I mean, like, my tires were blown out, and I had to replace my brakes too. And I'm just like, I need that fucking stimulus check. I need that shit in my dream. I'm dreaming about this shit, bro. I got the vision to get my car fixed, and it hasn't even happened.
Dream about running errands. I get you don't love the process like I love the process. Menial housework, I wake up for that shit.
I sleep and eat this shit, bro. I'm here every day in and day out, clocking in the hours.
Oh, God.
Can't tell me I don't want this shit.
I'm telling you, it's just that it's the best brand of people. The Herbalife brand of people are just the best type of people. It's like, you don't want it like I want it. It's like, I don't like stealing. I won't sell them.
Have you seen the TikTok where the guy, he was talking about taking people's houses? Pretty much. It's like a money grab or money hustle, side hustle, where if people are foreclosing on their house and they can't pay it or whatever, you buy that house when it's foreclosed. And then not only do those people have to pay you, but like the bank pays you and all that shit. And eventually you flip their house and these people go homeless. And he's like, money's a mind, or this is a mindset. Like, if you don't want to be broke out here, this is the best way to do it. And people are like, this is as close to a supervillain as you can get. Putting people on the streets because you need a buck. Like, I get it. I don't respect it, but I get it.
I went to this like small business seminar thing for work one time, or like I was working and they sent me to this thing, and it's honestly it's one of the saddest places on earth. Like, it was a giant convention center in New York City and just a whole bunch of small businesses. And I think the whole idea was that you were supposed to network. I didn't do that because I was just amazed by like imagining it like a 1929 Great Depression like job line, because everybody was just hoping that there was some crumb that they could nibble on. And it was just so weird. And so it's like, hey, do you guys want to learn about my solar powered bicycle? And you're just like, dude, how much did you pay for this booth? Like, there's just no way. There's just no way that this is what you've decided to do with your time. And so, anyway, on your topic,
hold on. Solar powered bicycle.
It was a really bad example, but that was the level of.
Oh, okay. I was gonna say, because if that shit's a thing, burn it. Burn the blueprints. Burn it all. Because why? It runs on sun. Nigga, are you that fucking lazy to pedal a bike? Get out of here.
You just leave it out. Well, the chain is actually the battery, and you're like, oh God, here we fucking go. It's like, here comes this sales pitch. It's like, it locks and charges, and you're like, fuck. All right, get me out of here. So I bring it up because they have speakers at this thing, which is again, you want to make money real fast. Convince people that you can make them money, and you will be the richest person in like 30 days by doing nothing. And
GaryVee.
I'm not gonna go into GaryVee because I like GaryVee a lot, but we can circle back to that. But this guy who used to be on A&E or HGTV or whatever those old like house flipper show network thing was on, and he's just like this boisterous, like, you know, real estate agent or whatever.
Was it Ty?
No, it wasn't him.
Move that bus.
It was not that guy. But he's talking about it, and he's like, hey guys, you really, same type of mentality, like the grind. And he's like, hey, if you want to flip houses for a living and you don't feel like you have the income, let me tell you how I got started. And I'm like, oh, here we go. He's like, I was living paycheck to paycheck, and I decided, hey, I wanted to change up my life a little bit. So what did I do? I got a second mortgage on my house and then bought another house. And I flipped that and I made a little bit of money, and now look at the empire I have. And I'm just thinking, like, I'm so happy for you. This is awful advice for almost everyone. This is, hey, you know that thing that you can't pay for? Get more money that you can't pay back. And now you will be the houses that you're trying to buy. They will now buy your house. And you will be homeless now. But I was just sitting there because everybody's like taking notes. And then at the end, and again, just the mentality of everybody there. At the end, he goes, listen, I'm going to take 10 people and I will give you my personal cell phone number. But if I text you, you will be locked in to come to a conference and pay $3,000 for my 3-day seminar on this.
Get fucked.
Now, anybody who wants to join this, come on up. My assistant is down there and they will be taking phone numbers. Bro, you would have thought that there was a fire in that place. People sprinted to the stage, and I was just like, oh my God, this is like, hey,
God, for that stimmy, like,
yeah. This is like, hey, would you rather have $50,000 or have dinner with Jay-Z? It's like, yeah, you're like, well, Jay-Z's not going to give you any, yeah, congratulations. You sat near Jay-Z for 45 minutes, and he told you, why are you here? You should have taken the $50,000. Same fucking energy. And that's the same energy that all of these, like, that I'm just imagining that there's somebody out here that really trying to turn that COVID check into a fucking Billy, and just has a rotting jet ski in a shed somewhere.
Like, the thing is, where people value knowledge, like, not saying knowledge isn't powerful and isn't worth anything. Of course it is. But to get value or to get knowledge from someone else because they're successful, because something worked for them, and you think it can work for you, you're a fucking idiot. Take the money and run. You dumbass.
So this is where I'll reintroduce the GaryVee thing and explain my personal affinity or my personal like for GaryVee. Is that his whole thing, versus like a hustle guy, is like, hey, be self-aware and understand what you're about, because that will ultimately lead you to happiness. But if you're unhappy, don't bitch about it, because you can change it. So everybody's going through some shit, but if you're like, I want to make more money, then he'll be like, hey, go to Goodwill and buy shit and flip it on eBay. Like, that's one way to do it if you have no money. But if you're happy, I don't give a fuck. Good for you. Happy that you're happy. It's not about making $1 million. It's just about being happy. And I think people forget that, like, in his mind, he's like, I love working so much, so I work all the time, and that makes me more money.
Be happy. Yeah, it makes him happy.
Yeah. So it's like, that's what I do. But you need to figure out what you like and then do more of that, because I think in the end, even if you don't become rich, you'll be really happy. Like, so I'm like, love all that. Love everything about what's going on there versus, hi, I'm GaryVee. You need to take out a second mortgage to hear me talk again. Whereas, like, GaryVee's probably produced like 10,000 hours worth of content for free and put it up on the internet. And this guy's like, no. My 2-hour conference is behind a $3,000 paywall.
Like, nigga, fuck yourself. That irks me the most. And it's just like, why? Why are you going to tell me something that you just so happen to get lucky with? That's all that is he got lucky. And it's not going to work for everybody. But the thing is, if you could, like you said, if you can sell an idea to talk to people at a seminar, they're going to do it, because people are desperate in this day and age. And people are sheep. Most people are sheep, and they're just going to flock to that.
Bro, my favorite guy was this dude that got to start DJing in college and like thought he was an entrepreneur. And he's like, if you guys want to hear me talk again, you know what? I'll give you all a special discount. It was a $3,000 seminar. And then he cut it by $3. He goes, I don't give discounts. That's how good my advice is. I was like, oh, yo, somebody stop this man. You know what his dad did for a living?
What?
He was his fucking opening act. His dad opened up for the Sun. So now his dad is in the same game that the Sun is, where they just go around to these business conferences, make $15K, and then dip, and then sell other speaking engagements.
This is how people make money, and it's infuriating.
It's unbelievable to me. It's unbelievable to me just how much that they value everything that they talk about, but it's just like, I really don't care that I make people poor inadvertently.
No, yes, absolutely, bro. Like this is when Welly gets really pissed off in the middle of the podcast because human beings are fucking stupid. Yeah. Like it's just that concept to, like, you are a supervillain because you're stealing from the poor, the people that have hopes and dreams. And you're just like, you know what? I'm going to manipulate them and just to give me all the money that they don't have.
Yeah. Whereas, like, on the other side of the spectrum, you have people like Dave Ramsay who are like, hey.
Oh, God. Don't get me started on that
hold on, though.
Don't get me started on Dave.
My point is that, like, Dave Ramsay has a view of the world. And you're like, well, those are some good ideas. I don't know how well they would apply to my life. But, like, in general, all the ideas and the show that he does is free. The ideas are free. You can look up a bunch of his content and get the general vibe of what he's doing all for free. And his whole thing is just like, hey, I'm going to give you some things to think about if your number one priority is not being in debt anymore. Now, that comes before everything else. But if this is how you think about things, then this is what you do. And it's like, people just like take that and are just like, well, this is the only way to do it. And he's like, no,
they amplify the idea.
You're not listening to what he's saying. He's saying, if this is the only thing you care about, then here is the way we deal with it, versus saying like, this is the only way to live. It's like, dude, there's nothing special about saying, hey, take 10% of your paycheck, put it in your 401k, live below your means, try and live with your parents for a little while to save money. It's like, none of this is special. It's hard, but none of it's special.
I know a lot of people that fucking do it. That's the thing. And without a Dave Ramsay telling them what to do. Like, they just have to. Yeah. But the thing is, how people can be manipulated by the Dave Ramsay thing, it's just to live in absolute poverty to pay off your debt that the government has bestowed upon you with your student loans and whatever, credit card bills and all that. And it's just like, you would think most people have the knowledge to be like, oh yeah, I should just not eat out for a while and all this stuff and like save up. But some people do need that stern talking to that I guess Dave Ramsay does provide, because he's kind of a stern figure. Like, I've heard him talk and I've read a little bit of his books, but the way he came across, I was just like, I don't fuck with this dude, but he has good advice, and I'm just going to take it with a grain of salt and move my life forward. Yeah,
exactly. It's not get a mortgage on your house and pay off your loans. It's just like, hey, this is generally just a smart thing to do, you know? Yeah. But, you know, there are people that think, hey, a vacation at 20 is worth more than a vacation at 50. So I'll just do it the opposite way, because, you know, at the end of the day, like, it's just the same shit depending on when you want to do it.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like, oh, my knees don't hurt at that point in time.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Which, like, to me is like half the point. It's like, oh yeah, I'd love to go to New York City, but I need to accomplish everything else first, and then that'll be my treat. It's like, dude, that vacation is gonna suck. You've been thinking about it for 30 years.
Yeah.
None of what you wanted to see is there anymore.
And by the time you get there, you're gonna be real fucking disappointed that it's just New York. Yeah, you're gonna see cat-sized rats walking around saying, "Hey yo, B."
You're gonna see rat-sized cats. This is the future.
No, you're gonna see cat-sized rats and rat-sized roaches. So
and a whole bunch of Tims, and then you can call it a day. Congratulations, Broadway.
The city that never sleeps. I love it here.
All right, I wanna transition into something more fun than just shitting on fucking internet soothsayers. All right, couple would you rather questions, because these are some of my favorites, and I think these ones are pretty good. The first one's a little light, but I think I'm very curious to have you think this one out loud. Fur or scales? Would you rather have fur or scales?
Do I get any abilities added to it?
Nope. You just replace your skin with fur or scales.
So I would be a walking wolf man without any cool attributes of being a werewolf, or I can be a literal fucking lizard man without a tail.
Weep, little lizard man.
And regenerate my limbs.
Everything.
This is a good one.
Yeah, everything in your head I want to hear out loud.
Okay, so thinking in the scales department, it would look kind of cool, maybe.
Let's call them the same color. Let's just call them the same color as your skin. Both things.
Oh, that would look gross. If scales? Oh man, that would look gross. So my like green or like kind of like.
I guess you can choose. I'll let you choose the color.
Okay, like I want to like. I don't want to look like a salamander either, because salamanders are fucking gross. But fur. Now, what kind of fur? Are we talking like dog fur? Like
you can pick the fur.
Like. Damn.
This is such a simple one, but I knew that this one was gonna fuck you up.
I guess I'm going fur. People would. It's softer. The scales, like if someone rubs me the wrong way, literally, like it's gonna be painful. I would only assume, and it's not gonna feel good.
Does everything with scales shed? Because that would be a weird thing to deal with.
Oh God! In the middle of just middle of fucking dinner, you just have like your face peeling. You're like, oh, hold on.
I feel like a new man.
Yeah, it's just like that scene in American Psycho where he's just peeling off the face.
Dude, I'm just imagining like going to work in a work shirt and a tie and shit. And you just got scales on. You're like, that feeling when you got
It'd
dry.
be like fiberglass. It's like fiberglass underneath your shit.
When you got that dry skin that rubs against something that kind of catches it. Yeah, just that feeling all the time. And just like your boss walks behind you like, hey, did you finish that PowerPoint up? And you're like,
nigga, I'm shedding. Don't you see?
I'm losing it, Cheryl. I'm losing it.
Yeah, let's circle back because I'm dealing with a lot right now. So, but then if you have fur, like you're everywhere. You're shedding everywhere.
You imagine how long it would take to just keep your coat clean, bro. Halfway through the meeting, I licked my shoulder for anybody that wasn't watching. Just grooming yourself, and you're like, yo, Dave, there's clients in here, and you'd be like, would you shut the fuck up?
Dave, can you take this outside? But you have the obnoxious like lick.
Bro, he just kicks his leg up. And starts licking his belly. You're like, oh no, God,
oh God,
not in front of company.
Oh man, I mean, I guess because like if people touch me, it's gonna feel nice for them. See, like I'm thinking in the sense of like being a people pleaser. which I'm not, but at the same time, people do touch you, and it's like, oh, your skin's so soft, and I like hearing that. So I'd rather.
They don't say good boy, but the tone is there.
And I like it's rewarding for me. So I would probably just go with the fur. Oh, damn, that was a real good one. I didn't think it was gonna be that good to just off rip, but yeah, that made me think. Okay, I got one. Okay, would you rather be in an arranged marriage or single for the rest of your life?
This is a tough one, and I think about this one a lot. And for anybody, and I don't know if this is still like a controversial thing to talk about, but if you haven't read Aziz Ansari's book called Modern Romance, go read that book. It's really interesting. But the idea that they talk about in that book is that arranged marriages are a bit like the cereal aisle, in the sense of like when you have like 65 options and you pick one, you're like, oh fuck, like I could have gotten something else and these aren't as good as I expected them to be. And I'm aware that there's like 64 other options out there. So maybe one of those is better, and maybe I'm wasting my time only buying Cinnamon Toast Crunch, and I'm upset about that. The conversation in that book talks about like how a lack of choice can be a lot more freeing, and there's a lot more happiness when you're like, oh, it was either this or it was that, and I didn't like that, so I'm really gonna try to like this for as much as I can have it. And that's not to say like arranged marriages are completely fake, but the idea is that like you really learn to love the thing that you have because you know that it's the thing. It just is the thing. There's no other options available, so you try your hardest to just make it exactly the best thing that you can make it. So with all that being said, I think I'd choose an arranged marriage, because especially if you get somebody that's just down for the cause, you could probably like get some really good stuff out of it, especially if both of you are just like, all right, we're doing it, there's going to be a lot of shit we got to talk about and work on and go for it. But if you're down to go for it, then let's work it out. Being single forever would be like, I don't know. It wouldn't be
Hugh Hefner.
Like
Best case scenario, I guess.
Yeah.
Like Hugh Hefner's type lifestyle, like Playboy.
Yeah. And to be
honest. Which is not, it's not all that it's hyped up to be.
Nah, I don't see, I don't know. For me, it doesn't sound all that fun. It would be like I feel like my life would be more interesting in an arranged marriage than it would be like, oh yeah, that dude never got married and he's just always been single. It's like, it's not my favorite thing. So I think I'll go with arranged marriage for sure.
I mean, me, I would probably just be single for the rest of my life, because I would be more okay with not being whatever, like involved with somebody and just worrying about me, than being in a situation that I never had any like say in.
But here's my thing, and people forget like this portion of it a lot. Like there are good parts. Like I don't pick the people that I work with, but I have some cool people that I work with, and that's great. And nobody asked us about working together, So like there's just vibes and you get through it. And I think that again, two people that are forced to be with each other like are either going to find some happy balance, and whatever, plus rent's half off, that's sick. So I just feel like nothing, no reaction at all. All right. I just fucked up. So I just feel like there would be probably more good parts than there would be bad parts of an arranged marriage. And again, it's fucking 2020. If it's really that bad, like then we can just go do something else. 2021. So we can just go do something else. All right. All right. Here's a good one. Get out of jail free card or a key for any door.
just have a skeleton key? Well, I would say most doors nowadays don't need keys. So I'm going to probably go with the get out of free jail card because I am more prone to doing something that would require me to use that rather than a key that's just going to unlock anything.
Dude, there's a lot.
If I get a key like that, then I can probably go to jail.
You need to walk by more doors is all I'm going to tell you. I feel.
No, I'm saying I walk by plenty of doors. I see.
I don't know.
With
You don't seem to be a.
My best friend's a door. What are you talking about?
I'm just saying that, like, especially like, and I don't know what the properties of this key are, but like, you can talk yourself out of a lot of situations by just being like, dude, I have the key. Like, I'm supposed to be here, type of thing. Like, I feel like you could really.
So, are you talking about a theoretical door too? Like, it's
No,
just a
it's
key that
every
gets
door.
you in anywhere?
Yeah. So,
Or
I'm talking like, now if you had a.
it has to be a door knob passageway.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, I understand what you're saying with like smart.
Like, I'm
locks
not
and
saying,
stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, no. I'm saying, but like, if I'm standing out of the club and they're like, "Hey, we're not letting anybody else in," and I have this key, and they're like, "Oh, right in."
No, I'm
Are
thinking
you
about
saying like that.
No, I'm thinking more like there's a side entrance to the club and I can open it up. That door's never locked. That I can open.
Yeah,
that
but then
door.
you're trespassing and you go to jail. So where's your get out of free jail card?
How are you gonna send a man that has the key to the door to jail? Like, you can't talk yourself out of that situation. Grow up.
You act like people don't get keys made and still get arrested.
I feel like low key. This is like a very like low key like black and white situation. like the undertones of this are the undertones of this are very much like you're like, dude, the cops will kill you, and I'm like I don't understand what the problem is. I didn't know I couldn't do that.
Yeah, because it's just like I don't. If I have no business being in someplace, I'm not gonna go out of my way to be like, oh, I have this magical key. I might as well go in because I can. No.
In my mind, I'm just thinking like, what's gonna happen?
You're just sitting over here, just like, oh my gosh, the limitations. Like, there's none. Like, no, I'm not gonna put myself in that situation, my guy. I'm gonna get the get out of free jail card because that's more useful than getting into any fucking door. Because if I get into any door and I get arrested, where's my get out of free jail card? I fucked up. I'm gonna take the money and run.
There is. You could sell it too. I guess that's one aspect of it. But the other thing is like that key.
Hey, I like the mindset.
On the grind.
I like
that key coupled with a safety vest is an unlimited passport to anywhere you'd like to be. All day. I'm saying
it doesn't interest me. It doesn't interest me enough to do that.
All right, what's your next one then?
So, would you rather go back to the age of 5 with all the knowledge and experience that you've had, or find out everything your future self is gonna learn later on?
Wait, say that second part again.
Okay, so would you rather go back to the age of 5 years old Quinn Taylor Lemieux, and have all the shit that you have right now at 27, or go into the future or find out what your future self is going to learn? Like, find out all the experience and knowledge that you're going to learn in the future, like 20 years plus, or by the end of your days, you learn everything about that.
That's such a rough question because like the instinct I have now is like I would love to go back to 5 with all the knowledge I have, but the other side of that is like, I have to do all of it over again. Like, I don't like. There's some fun parts in there for sure, but it's like, dude, I've got to do all that homework again, and it's
bro, crushing it.
Yeah,
I am
that.
crushing it.
Yeah, that's probably.
What do you mean? I don't. Okay, I know it's not my answer or question to answer, but I'm crushing it if I go back to 5 years old with the knowledge that I have.
Dude. Oh man, the Bitcoin would be nice though. Fuck. Or literally just convincing my mom to buy Amazon stock.
No, not 5 years ago. 5 years old.
No, I understand that.
Oh yeah.
I'm saying that like if I have all of that knowledge, it's like I really could just I could definitely set myself up. But then again, but I guess if I have all the knowledge I have now, I'm definitely not doing half the shit that I did then because not even from like a. Oh man, my camera cut out.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll fix it in post.
Yeah, fix it in post. Oh man. So I guess from the perspective, I'm probably gonna go back in time.
Wait, hold on. Your camera's still not working.
No, it's fine. I mean, this is an audio podcast too, so what can you do? No, I probably go back in time to 5 years old if I'm being honest, just because like to me, that's one of those things. Again, you're gonna get a monetary come up. You're gonna have to lose out on a couple experiences just because like.
But you've lived it already, so you wouldn't lose that experience. You just are doing a different route.
Yeah, well, dude, if I came into school, I'm testing out of everything.
Yeah.
I'm testing out of everything.
Yeah.
So like, straight off rip, like, I'm not gonna be at the same school I was gonna be at. Plus, like. The funny thing about this is, especially like with the whole Bitcoin thing, I'm going to be a millionaire. Like you can't stop me from being a millionaire. So there's just so many different things there that it's like, I'm probably doing that. I don't really know what I can tell myself now that I'd learn in the next couple, decades that is really going to drastically change my life that much. But if I go back to 5, like I'll be done with college. Well, that would kind of suck. I wouldn't have the same friends. All of that shit would suck. But I mean, I'd be a millionaire.
Bro, I'd still hang out with you at 5 years old. It'd be weird, but I'd still hang out with you.
Oh my God, could you imagine me just like reminiscing, like me at you and everybody, and we're just like reminiscing about the times that, that we've had at bars, and you're like, yo, what is this kid on?
It'd just be like Benjamin Button, pretty much.
Oh my God.
Like, where he's fucking in the home, and he's just like, you're all fucking liars! And he's just seeing all his shit at like 5 years old.
That's so funny. I mean, that's an amazing concept, though.
Yeah, so I would go 5 years old too, because if this question came up to me around like age 18, I would probably pick the future self experience. But nigga, I'm like almost 2 years away from 30. I don't think there's much. I mean, I know there's gonna be a lot more to learn, like for me personally, but like I don't think there's gonna be much for me to want to find out without the thrill of like coming across it naturally.
Yeah.
So
yeah, I know what you mean. That's where, yeah, I mean that's for sure where it gets a little tough.
Yeah.
All right, so my next question is jail for a year or lose a year of your life.
It's one and the same. It's literally one and the same.
Oh no, dude! There's a watermark on it.
Gross.
Is it the same though?
Yeah, I mean, you get jail experience, or you get prison experience. Because if you're incarcerated for a year, you're going to prison. Clearly, so you run the risk of a lot of things happening: getting shanked, getting raped, getting into a gang that you never had parts in because you just have to pick a side. Like for you, you would have to be in the Aryan Brotherhood, and for me, I'd be all right with it. I just be too light skinned, but like I'd be okay with just joining up with whatever black gangs are populating that prison. So I'd be chilling. I'd be vibing straight up. I'd try and work the rankings, but I'd be the peacemaker. I would straight up be a peacemaker, but then when it came down to business, I'd handle my shit. See, I'm alright. maybe I might go to jail.
I was about to say, you're sounding a whole lot like you're trying to go to jail right now.
Like before, I'm just like, nah, man. Why would I go to jail? But nah, I don't want to lose a year of my life. Even though it seems like one of the same, I'd probably pick jail. But then I might die. So you never know.
Yeah,
I don't know. This is difficult.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, it's a tough decision for sure. I don't know. I feel like I'd take off, a year off the end of my life and just call it good. Like, it'd be nice to know when it was coming. Like, it would be really shitty if I made that decision and then just died. It's like, fuck. Well,
yeah, okay.
not so soon, but
right.
yeah. But I don't know if there's that much value in going to prison, especially when you're not doing anything wrong. Like, I'm not going to reset
You get the knowledge, bro. You get the knowledge. I come out just like Muslim, just get that.
I'm dying, dude.
I just get real into Malcolm X and type shit. Just
yeah, I don't know. He
just
went
super militant.
He went to prison for a year and came out like as a member of the Brotherhood. Like I don't really know what this is about, to be honest.
I just don't call you my friends anymore.
God. It's like talking about how Israel was originally yours, and it's like, oh God, what's going on here? Oh man, wait, hold on.
We didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Oh my God. Okay. Segue into speaking
Hold
about.
on, I got one more for you.
Okay, I'm gonna come back to the Israel thing.
Okay. All right. Would you rather kill me and get away with it scot-free, like just nothing happens, or
I
be
picked
on
that one.
So that's the end of this podcast.
Yeah. Wait, I'm sorry. Why is there a second option? I don't get it.
Or be on house arrest for something you didn't do, and you're in that bitch till you're like 90. You live till you're like 90.
There's no way the question says you live till you're 90.
I said that.
No. What does the question say?
I came up with this.
You came up with that question. So the question is kill you or I'm on house arrest until I'm 90.
For something you didn't do. Kill me and get away with it and live the rest of your days without me in your life because you did it. But you're not in jail and life goes on. Or be on house arrest for something you didn't do. And you're in that bitch till you're like 90 years old.
You know that I made this decision. In your little fantasy world of what this is, do you know the decision that I'm faced with?
I would hope.
No.
Big house arrest.
No. That you're not getting what I'm asking you. I'm saying in this scenario, are you aware of my two options?
Yeah.
So in this scenario, you're saying, okay, Quinn is faced with a difficult decision.
Am I aware?
Yes.
That you...
Yes.
Oh. No.
God, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That's so horrible.
Yeah. Stir the pot even more.
I'm not killing you, but like at that point, I don't know if I can be your friend.
Wait. If I don't know, you can't be my friend anymore.
Dude,
for not killing me.
I really want you to think about this for me. How the fuck do I have a life?
I come over. I'll bring you the newspaper.
I straight up can't date anyone. I can't leave my house.
Yeah, you could. Bro, you think people in prison, like, get married for no fucking reason? There's people that are out here looking for jailbird. Or, like that's a thing. You would be fine. You can have someone come
Think
over.
about the dating pool that you just narrowed me down to. You think women are out here looking for men on house arrest?
Well, if you are
And I'm on
financially
house
stable
arrest.
with your
Think about this.
Bitcoin,
No.
you could order some sex.
Bro, please think about the implications of this entire question, because since I'm picking house arrest here, think about I'm on house arrest until I'm 90. So that means that not only did I not do whatever it is that we're talking about, that the crime was so bad that they were like, "Hey, we're giving him life, but we can't even put him in prison." So whatever I'm accused of doing but not did, I now have life in my house. Bro, that is the most heinous shit I have ever heard in my entire life. What the fuck?
It doesn't sound that bad.
Dude,
You can read books.
it literally is the only alternative to murder. Like, I don't think you understand how low this choice would be, and it's just barely above murder. Because think about this.
I'm just looking at the positive sides of this. You can invite people over. You can have parties.
It's just really, whose life do I want to ruin? Do I want to suffer for 80 years, or do I just want to kill you? People die and people move on. I am just a corpse in a house. I have to call my PO to move? Like, are you
You're
fucking
looking at
kidding
this
me?
all negatively. I think reasonably, you can invite friends over. You can have parties. You can indulge in alcohol.
The more
you
you're
can even
talking,
do Zoom calls.
the more you're talking about this, the more it's going the other way. The more I'm just more apt to kill you. This is the worst. This is the worst question in the history of questions.
I don't think it's that bad. And if you're feeling froggy and you're just like, oh, I'm alone, you can call up a prostitute or something like that.
If you ever get faced with this decision, just fucking kill me. I could not stand the idea.
Do I have my get out of free jail card?
Actually, you know what's fucked up about this situation? If you die, or if I get killed and you're on house arrest, it's really not that bad for you.
What do you mean?
Like, you're still going to be able to go to work, but it's like your situation is very different from my situation. Your situation's a little more cut and dry than mine. You'll just be home a lot. Like, fuck you. This is such a shit show of a question, and I'm now upset. You know what? I'm gonna ask one more question just so I can stop talking about this, and then I'm ending this podcast, this episode, and maybe this podcast. Oh my god, that was fucking heinous, dude.
Oh, that's a good one. I'm gonna keep that one.
All right. First class tickets anywhere you want to go, or never pay at restaurants.
First class tickets.
Wherever you want to go, or never pay at restaurants.
Never pay at restaurants. Never. I would. I mean, yeah. If I want first class tickets, possibilities. Wait, is this all the time or just one time?
All the time.
Okay. See, I was thinking first class tickets one time, and then because first class is pretty nice, but it's not that nice. Like, it's not like, oh, I didn't get first class, so I can't fly. Like, nah, nigga, I just sit in coach. Yeah, never pay at restaurants. That easy, nigga. You know how fat I'd get? Easy. It's fucking cakewalk.
Yeah, I'm torn between the two. I think it'd be cool, but like you're gonna have to pay for hotels, so that's kind of shitty. But then again, you fly first class everywhere, so that's kind of dope. But I feel like restaurants are gonna come up a lot more in your life.
Absolutely. I barely travel as is.
Well, you know, neither of them
for the first time in like a year and a half. Yesterday or this past weekend. So
you know the thing is, if I was on house arrest, neither of these would be available to me. So I don't even know if I get a say here. Fuck you.
Bro, I didn't think it was gonna be that bad, but I'm so happy. I have one more. It's very light.
All right.
Talk to animals, or speak all languages of human beings, or like speak all human languages.
Speak all human languages. That's it. That's money. That's just pure money. You're printing money, dude. Literally.
But also, nigga, but you can talk to fucking animals.
What the fuck,
You're
nigga?
not saying that.
What?
We're gonna throw you in the circus,
No,
and
no,
then
no.
you become like a legend.
Here's where you got it fucked up. You think animals have shit to say. That's where you got it fucked up. You think the animal has any intelligent thing to say. You are so out of your mind.
Dog, you know how much money people would pay you to tell you, or to have you tell them what their dog is thinking? Yes, sir. Money.
He's upset, but he's not using really any different words than the sounds that are coming out of his mouth. He just seems visibly upset. You know, a cheaper way to do this is read an article online that tells you what happens when his ears do that.
Also, like, when a dog is upset or any kind of animal is upset, you would understand why.
They don't understand language, Welly.
That's
They
not
can't-
what Dr. Doolittle said. That's not what happened in there. Those conversations were very enlightening that those animals provided for Dr. Doolittle.
You understand.
So I don't know what world you live in, but animals got shit to say.
You know, in Big Mama's house, that's just Eddie Murphy, right? That's not a whole.
Actually, it's Martin Lawrence.
Oh, God damn it.
Yeah, you fucked up. Your point is shit now because you fucked up that reference.
Yeah. Well, anyway, Norbit would like a word.
Hey, you good.
All right, do something useful and close them out.
All right, guys. Where can they find you, Quinn?
Quinn tweets on Instagram and Twitter.
And y'all can find me at Welly Boyce on Twitter and Wellington Boyce on Instagram. And you can find the podcast on YouTube and TikTok at Save Space for Depravity. Just that. I think that's just it.
Yeah.
So, yeah, once again, thank y'all for tuning in to this apparently aggressive ending episode. But, yeah, we'll see y'all next week.
See you guys next week.
Bye.
Bye.